Hey everybody, my name is David Fisher, the Realtor. Here are the 5 most asked questions about Southfield, Michigan. The first one is, why doesn't Southfield have a downtown? And the answer is Southfield actually does have a downtown. The area of Civic Center and Evergreen, where the library and the municipal building is technically considered Southfield's downtown. It has a lot of shopping and restaurants up and down Evergreen in the area. And in the Civic Center, they always have jazz festivals, all kinds of get-togethers and gatherings right there, especially during the summer. They even have a Beats and Eats right there at the Civic Center, and that's why that's considered Southfield's downtown. It doesn't look like Detroit's downtown, obviously, but it is the central location and the central hub of the city of Southfield. The second question that I get about Southfield, this is probably the most common question that I get, is why are the taxes so high in Southfield? And the reason is its central location. I actually had an opportunity to speak with a city administrator years ago and asked him the question. I was very early in real estate and I didn't know the answer to why the taxes are so high. And he told me that when Southfield was created, there were no other city that had access to 696 and the Lodge and 8 Mile and Telegraph, and that location of Southfield plus the greenery and just the natural space of Southfield, it beat out like a lot of the cities. So they had a high millage rate. Obviously other cities have been developed in the area, none quite as central as Southfield. So the millage rate has stayed the same. And that explains why the city taxes are so high. You pay for the convenience of where you live. Also, another way that you're gonna pay for having so much greenery in Southfield, the next question we got, why are there so many deer and skunk in the city of Southfield? I know when you bought your house, or as you're thinking of buying your house, you're not looking for extra pet, but you might get a few in the city of Southfield. Deer and skunk are very prevalent. And the reason why is it's a less dense environment to other cities around it, like say Detroit. There's more open space, there's a lot more greenery, there's a lot of front yard, and a lot of people in Southfield have pets. Skunks like to eat pet food. A lot of people have gardens in the city of Southfield. Deer love to feed on the garden. Because they have this space to roam and they have these different food sources, they'll probably be here to stay. Another interesting question that we get in the city of Southfield. Why are some Southfield neighborhoods zoned for different school districts? And what are these school districts? So in Southfield, I would venture to say 90% of Southfield is Southfield Public School District. But when you get to northern Southfield, you actually get Birmingham schools if you're north of 12 Mile. More specifically, if you're north of Webster most of the time, which is about 12.5 mile, between Webster and 13 Mile, you will probably have Birmingham schools, which is a very sought after school district. And you'll also notice that properties in that area sell for higher price per square foot because they are zoned in that school district. Those are the boundary lines for the school districts, and they stay those boundary lines historically. A trick to know what school district you're in, if your address starts with a 3, typically you have Birmingham schools. If it starts with a 2 or a 1, typically you have Southfield schools. A neat little trick I learned while selling real estate in Southfield. Question number 5, and this is something that happened to me, so it's near and dear. Why did I get a ticket for parking in Southfield overnight? Well, Southfield has a citywide ordinance that between the hours of 2 and 5 a.m., you cannot park on any public street. Their reasoning for this is it provides safety. So when you're coming home, or if you're looking out your window at 3 in the morning, there shouldn't be any cars outside. And if there are, it's a problem, right? And Southfield will come and give you an $80 ticket for being parked in the street overnight. So if you're a new resident or you're a longtime resident and never had a reason to park on the street, it is no bueno. You do not want to cough up 80 bucks and pay that 80 bucks for absolutely nothing. You got to park in your driveway in the garage. As always, I love to be your resource for Southfield and all things real estate. Please give me a call if you need any help. And make sure you like the video, subscribe, and leave a comment if you've got a particular video you'd like us to put out next. Until next time, see you soon.